Hello everyone, welcome back to Pixel Village and I'm Radha Krishnan. Well, we're going to be talking about another Tamron lens and yes, Sony is the flavor. Okay, in a couple of videos back we spoke about the 70-180 f2.8 and we saw how marvelously it functioned, and this of course was on the tele end of the spectrum, and this time we're going to be talking about the wide end of the lens range, a wide angle zoom, a 1728 Di3 RXD. This is a nice, compact, very well made lens for Sony E Mount. Okay, let me mount this lens onto this camera quickly. Feels very nice and compact. Well, when I look at it, I think a photographer will definitely feel very, very confident holding this camera lens combination. Talking about this lens, well, when I look at it, I can see that it is nice and very compact particularly for an f2.8 opening, and though it is made of plastic, it has a made to last feel. Everything has come together very, very nicely. You can see the Japanese design working here for sure. This also comes with a lens hood, which is made of polycarbonate, which is known for its long-lasting, sturdy, and yet lightweight quality. Okay, now let me talk a little bit about the technical specs of this lens. Di3 means it's from the latest generation. Di2 was the earlier one, of course. And Di3 means it is digitally fully integrated with the new generation digital cameras, including the fast hybrid AF, IAF, in-camera lens correction, direct manual focus, etc. And in this case, it's A7R4 is the latest from Sony, and this lens works seamlessly with this camera, especially in the autofocus department. And RXD stands for just that. Silent stepping motor, and you don't really hear the lens hunting for focus at all. It's extremely silent. Now this lens has 13 elements in 11 groups, 2 low dispersion and 1 extra low dispersion element. Well, the BBR coating, the broadband anti-reflection coating, is there, which helps prevent that flaring. The other thing is that this is moisture resistant. Well, these 3 things makes this lens extremely desirable. But for me, the most important one is the fact that this is internally focusing and internally zooming, which means the lens barrel don't stick out. It doesn't get excited when you either shift focus or change the focal length, which makes this lens a good companion of a gimbal operator, because you can continue working with any of these focal lengths 17 to 28 without having to rebalance your gimbal. Another thing that I like to tell you is that in spite of this being a 2.8 lens, the filter size is only 67. So is the filter size of the 70-180, and one missing guy here, the 28-75. All 3 lenses have the same filter size, which means you need to carry only one set of filters. You don't have to really carry your step down, step up rings at all. Well, 2870, we don't have it, but the combination of 1728, a 2875, and a 70-180 actually can really complete your collection. And how? The reason is that if you happen to even look at the cost of an original Sony lens, from 17 to 200 for that matter, well, you need to sell your kidney. Well, not so when you're buying your Tamron, because these are extremely cost-effective lenses without any quality compromise. But why am I talking? I'm talking and talking. Let me get out and do some shots. Well, for me, I think this lens is perfectly suitable for landscapes, perfectly suited for interiors to a great extent. Wedding photographers are going to really like it because obviously one is gimbal. The second one is because I've seen a lot of pre and post wedding shoots which are done, with this kind of lensings. I think I will do just that. And also, this lens is also going to be very good for street photography because 17 to 28 is just that range which you're going to, just one lens is all that you need. It also has an extreme short minimum focusing distance, 0.19 meters with a high magnification. So you can really go close and take that interesting wide angle macro shots too. I think I have spoken enough. Let's get out and do some shoot. I must tell you, we had devil's luck on that day. It was drizzling. We spent a lot of time sitting inside the car waiting for the rain to stop. But thanks to the devil, we managed to get that shot. We got just the right window to, can all the shots. We shot some stills and also some videos. But before I talk more about those, let's take a look at our test that we did in the studio using our homegrown test chart. So we shot three focal lengths, the 17, 22 and the 28. At 2.8, we saw that all these three focal lengths behaved very acceptably at the corner and extremely brilliantly at the center. At f4 onwards, well, we had fantastic sharpness, both at the edge, at the center. Well, from f8 onwards, you can really see the edge sharpness, and the center sharpness is fantastic. Till about f11, f16, after which it starts to kind of deteriorate a bit. But overall, very well acceptable sharpnesses from the edge to the center in almost all apertures and focal lengths. So in that department, it scores a very high marks. At the wide end, that is when it was on 17, of course, the edge had a little bit of vignetting, but of course, it's not a problem at all because you're shooting digital, one click and it vanishes. And we also noticed that at the wide end at 17 mm, The lens had a little bit of barrel distortion. Most native lenses also, which means the original brand-owned lenses also come with its own small deficiencies like this. Most of them are naturally occurring optical phenomena. Now, these can be removed at the click of the button. You need to apply that lens profile to it. When you use, the difference is when you use the original brand-owned lenses, that gets applied automatically, so you don't really see it. However, it is there. But when you use a third-party lens, yes, you need to go to the lens correction menu, apply that lens profile, and the deficiencies or the shortcomings kind of disappear magically. All right, now our images. Definitely, as they say, it's nice, compact, and we had absolutely no problem shooting with it, with the hand and also on the gimbal. What we did was we balanced the camera and the lens on the gimbal because we had very little time. We would pluck it out of the gimbal and shoot a little bit of stills, immediately put it back on the gimbal and shoot a little bit of video.
Give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here, I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer, I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. Promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love.
We were really impressed by the quality of the lens. Wide angle definitely has distortion at the edge, so when you keep characters there, your talent there, or your subjects there towards the corner, be extremely careful because it can get a little distorted, and that kind of distortion is not exactly correctable. So make sure that you frame your subjects pretty well if you are using talent or models or people in your field using the wide angle. 22, I mean, as you move along at 28, apparently everything disappeared. Everything is completely usable. When you shoot landscapes and architecture, of course, it can be corrected in the post. So I don't see a problem at all. The sharpness throughout the frame was very good. Colors were rendered very well. Details were very nice. The thing that I really enjoyed is the compactness. And of course, I mentioned in the introduction, it is an internally zooming and internally focusing lens. So on the gimbal, it worked very well. Now, all these positive attributes coupled with a great price makes this Tamron a highly desirable, definitely a great lens to have. At around 85,000 Indian rupees, which is the MRP, I'm sure the dealer will give you a much better price if you are buying it. This is definitely a great lens to have in your kit. And this and a 2870 and the 70-180. That's it. That's all you will need in your bag to cover everything from, a nice wide angle to a decent tele. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention was the minimum focusing distance. At 17 mm, the widest end of this lens, the minimum focusing distance is 19 mm. Which is fantastic. And this is what we shot in the studio. And isn't it fantastic? With all those, goodies packed into one compact, nice lens at a great price, I think this lens becomes a desirable lens and perfectly suited for wedding photographers for sure. And travel, perfect, and of course, street. So I see this lens playing multiple roles in a photographer's bag. I think it's a very nice lens. And of course, now Tamron has just added 2 additional years of warranty to your lens. So if you buy now, you get a total of 4 years of warranty. So in case if you want to know more about the product, and of course also to know more about the 4-year new offer, I'll add a link in the description. If you are interested in learning photography, please head over to pixelvillage.com. We have a set of fantastic photography teachers there taking classes for you. They're all recorded sessions. You can watch the bouquet of offering, and if you like it, you can subscribe. Bye for now.